Uh-oh. You all see that? Done killed the bike. Put the kickstand up. Put the kickstand up. I tell you what, if I'm not putting the I'm either forgetting to put the kickstand up or I'm leaving the signal on. Oh, well, I guess there's worse things I can do. So I am in Ohio. I'm not in Ohio for a change. I am in, it's kind of cool. I am in Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh. And last night, I have some books that are like writing prompts books or whatever, and it'll give you a writing prompt. One of them is 300 more writing prompts, and one of them is the story of you, where it asks you questions about like your life and your childhood and different stuff like that. So last night, I was flipping through, and as I looked at it, the writing prompt was, can you remember, or what is the first time you do remember that you lied? I have to say, it was kind of funny, and I kind of giggled. So I thought you guys might want to hear about my rebel years as a child. So I don't know if it would actually be considered lying, because I didn't actually speak a lie, like I wasn't asked a question or anything that I lied about, but it was more like deceptive practices, maybe. So when I was young, we lived in a little town called Sailor Springs, and we went, I think now they might have full day kindergarten, but I went to half day kindergarten. So I actually rode the bus with all the other kids to school in the morning with my sister also, and then at like noon, I would come home from school on a bus by myself that just took like the little kindergartners home. And then the other half-day kids would go, of an evening or whatever. So what I did, you have to get good grades because, I don't know, as a kid, you want your parents' approval and you don't want to be bad. Or at my kindergarten life, for the purpose of grades, apparently I didn't want to be bad. Other stuff I did, but not for grades, right? So, whenever I'd get a bad grade, it never made it home. So, if you left a paper on the bus, like, you forgot it in your seat or something, they would give it to you the next day as you were getting off the bus to take home. So, that did not work. So, we had cats and every other kind of animal you can imagine. I don't know if we had dogs there or not, or if we did, they may have been tied up since we're living in a little town. But definitely had cats. So what we did, there was a piece of the the frame of the house or the foundation of the house didn't go like all the way across or whatever. So there was like a hole basically where the cats would go under the house in the winter, and I guess in the summer too, to stay warm and stuff, and I hide from the dogs or whatever, right? The cats would go under there. So when I was in kindergarten, I was all sneaky, right? Like, oh my gosh, we had S and U's on our paperwork. It wasn't like actual letter grades. It was like satisfactory or unsatisfactory. I'm pretty sure that was all it was. But if I got a paper that there was something too many wrong or red marks on or whatever, my family thought I was a genius, right? I just didn't, they never seen it. So I'd be on the bus, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this paper, right? In my little 5-year-old brain. And I would wait. Okay, I didn't wait. When I got off the bus, I would stop and pet the kitties because we had kitties, right? And, piddle around basically until the bus rounded the corner, and then nobody else got off on my block and nobody else could see me because I said it was just kindergartners, so it wasn't even like it was that many people. So I'd wait till the bus rounded the corner, and then I would take that paper out, wad it up, and throw it as far under the house as I could see. Or, not that I could see, as I could get it. And no one ever caught me throwing them under the house. No one apparently none ever came out from under there or blew out, or they didn't have to go under the house to work on the plumbing or nothing, because no later, I was talking to my dad, and they never knew it, and I talked to my sister. She never knew it. I just hid all my bad papers. So apparently I was the resident genius, but just because I got rid of my bad papers and didn't show it to them. Now, that was my writing prompt last night that I sat down and wrote because we were parked for the night, didn't have nothing to do. So I'm like, oh, maybe this will give me some ideas, right? So since we're talking about my kindergarten life, yes, I said kindergarten, we're also going to talk about the first time I skipped school in kindergarten. Oh, I honked the horn. Did you hear that? Oh, I can't get over, Daddy. So in my kindergarten life, I had to walk to a bus stop in kindergarten. Like, really, what BS is that? But anyway, I had to walk to the dang bus stop. And my sister was 5 years older than me. But, like, she's a little bitty twig, like teeny tiny. So I'm pretty sure by the time I was 5, she couldn't even actually manhandle me because I was like her size or bigger. So, we're walking to the bus stop. And you know what? I don't even remember what she did, but she was a mouthy brat. I do remember that. And I don't remember what she did, but I remember faintly telling her that she was not my boss. And she informed me that yes, she was my boss. And I informed her no, she wasn't. And we got in a fight. Not a physical fight, because I don't want that one. But we got into a fight on the way to the bus stop. And I told her that I was not going to listen to her. She was not my boss, and I was going home. She informed me that I was not going home, and I would get in trouble, and I had to do what she said. Well, let me tell you what, I don't have to do what anybody says. Apparently, I realize this is a 5-year-old too. Don't never let anybody tell you you have to do anything. The bottom line, you always have a choice. There might be consequences to that choice, but you always have a choice. Somebody tells you you have to do something at work or whatever, you don't have to do it. You might not have a job tomorrow, but maybe you need a different job if you're, doing stuff that you don't like, right? So anyway, I'm not for sure the exact conversation because it's been more than a day or two, right? A minute ago. But I turned around and walked home by myself at 5 years old. And my dad was home. And I just climbed back into bed and went to sleep. And then, I told him that she was a brat and I wasn't going to the bus stop with her and she wasn't my boss and whatever else because she just really ticked me off that day. And I went back to bed. And you know what my sister did? Tabitha, you're not a very good sister. She called the office to see where I was and see if I had made it to school. And I got my first unexcused absence for skipping school in kindergarten. No thanks to my sister, mind you. Look at him, he's up there leaving us. So, in kindergarten, I was already hiding my bad papers. And I got an unexcused absence because I still blame it on her. Because I can't see where he's at or where he's going. Because I can't go up the hills as fast as him. For not getting to school. Y'all believe that? Now then again, I don't know that most kids were actually skipping school in kindergarten besides me. When I think back on it, I don't know if most 5-year-olds are that defiant. And I'm not sure why I was. But I was. Did y'all skip school that young? Now in later years, I didn't really skip school. I actually did good in school, but that was my first, and I said I don't even know that it's an actual total lie, because I didn't say, look, I'm the smartest kid in class and I get all good papers. I just failed to bring home the bad ones. I call it deceptive practices. I do kind of find it, sorry about that, guys. I gotta look and see what I'm doing here. I do kind of find it amusing, though, deceptive practices as a 5-year-old. And the thing is, you know, I mean, a lot of kids try and sneak stuff and whatever, but most of the time they get caught, right? Okay, well, I can't go. But most of the time they get caught. So I'm not sure if I was just an extra slick 5-year-old, or maybe they just didn't pay attention to me. So, they just didn't see that I thought I was extra slick, right? Oh, you see that, guys? I'm going to Michael's. Michael's, can you see that there? I'm getting, I have to get a planner for 2020 because I put all my YouTube videos up there and schedule them out a little ways because sometimes we run our butts off and we ain't got time to put them up there. So I gotta stop and do my shopping. So I guess I will get off here and talk to you guys later so I can get my shopping done. And you can go back to doing whatever you're doing.